Saxby Chambliss says about Edward Snowden, "We need to hang him on the courthouse square as soon as we get our hands on him." Well, a cornerstone of American philosophy and law is that the law applies equally to all. What about all the treasonous elected officials? What's good for the goose is good for the gander. I don't hear Chambliss saying we should hang the president and his cabinet or the vast majority of those in Congress who are treasonous and traitorous. Does Chambliss mention a word about any of them? After all, Snowden was in the difficult spot of deciding whether or not to expose the corruption of those in government. These people in government are the ones that the leftist voters want to trust with even more power. Snowden decided on the courageous path that may very well cost him his life. Our military is full of brave people, but our elected officials are cowards through and through. After Obama, let's start with John Kerry. He's so much more interested in his legacy that he's put the USA, Israel, the UK, and most Western countries in grave danger over the so-called agreement with Iran. After that, there is John Boehner and Mitch McConnell, who don't have the backbone to stand up to Obama. As such, they haven't defunded Obamacare or done anything else to undo the damaging policies of Obama. Standing up to Obama is precisely why they were elected, but they haven't done it. This is in stark contrast to the Republican Congress Bill Clinton had to deal with during his administration. They had the courage to stand up to Bill Clinton. There is also the rank and file membership of the Republican Party who didn't have the wherewithal to oust Boehner and McConnell. The rank and file fell for the lies of Boehner and McConnell when those two said they really get it now. It is damaging enough that Obama has pushed through the Affordable Care Act and appointed Supreme Court justices for which we are paying dearly. But these Republicans are allowing more damage to occur with the continued open borders and most of all this Iran agreement, which the Iranians are already using for propaganda purposes. Kerry seems surprised, but he should have seen it coming a mile away. How about Devin Nunes? He sold out to the rhino wing of the Republican Party, and this was for personal ambition of being the chairman of the House Intelligence Committee. That really doesn't matter to his constituents. They didn't send Nunes to Washington, D.C. to sit on a committee. Representatives Trent Franks, Cynthia Lummis, and Steve Pierce were kicked off the whip team in the trade vote melee, and they typically have harsh words for the Republican leadership. These were the few who did stand up for what was right. They understand that they are in Washington, D.C. to represent their constituents. Devin Nunes and so many others chose to represent John Boehner instead. What's worse, through action, in some cases, and lack of action due to spinelessness, John Boehner, Mitch McConnell, and Barack Obama have chosen to represent the Iranians in our government rather than American citizens. The president, the congressional leadership, and even the congressional rank and file are the ones who Saxby Chambliss should be speaking out about.